Politics is messy. It's about healthcare, taxes, and complex issues that affect our daily lives. So why do we treat politicians like celebrities? One reason is simple: emotions. We connect with politicians who share our values or make us feel heard. A powerful speech can inspire hope. A charismatic leader can ignite passion. These feelings are real and they matter, but here's the thing: emotions can cloud judgment. We might overlook flaws in a candidate we adore or demonize opponents without considering their positions. When we're emotionally invested, it's harder to see clearly. Remember, politics isn't about fandom. It's about making informed decisions that affect us all. Social media has changed the game. It's easier than ever to find information that confirms our existing beliefs and avoids challenging them. This creates echo chambers where we're only exposed to one side of the story. Algorithms are designed to keep us engaged, showing us content we're likely to agree with. This creates filter bubbles, limiting our exposure to diverse perspectives. We end up surrounded by people who think like us, reinforcing our biases. News outlets aren't off the hook either. Many have a clear political slant, catering to specific audiences. This further reinforces echo chambers, making it harder to engage in meaningful dialogue across political divides. The result: we're less likely to question our own beliefs or engage with opposing viewpoints. This can lead to increased polarization and make it harder to find common ground. Politicians often become symbols for larger ideologies or cultural values. We might support a candidate because they represent something bigger than themselves, a movement, a belief system, or a vision for the future. This isn't inherently bad. It's natural to gravitate towards leaders who embody our values, but it's important to remember that politicians are individuals, not embodiments of entire ideologies. When we view politicians as symbols, we risk overlooking their flaws and oversimplifying complex issues. We might ignore their shortcomings or rationalize their mistakes because they represent something we believe in. Remember, politicians are human. They're flawed, complex individuals trying to navigate a messy system. Hold them accountable for their actions, regardless of the symbols they represent. Section 4. Blind faith and the erosion of accountability. The dangers of political idolatry. Hero worship in politics is dangerous. When we treat politicians as infallible idols, we give them a free pass to act without accountability. We become blind to their flaws, excusing their mistakes and justifying their missteps. This blind faith erodes the very foundation of a healthy democracy. A functioning democracy relies on informed citizens who critically evaluate their leaders, holding them accountable for their actions. When we idolize politicians, we create a culture of impunity. We make it easier for them to abuse their power, knowing that their supporters will defend them no matter what. Remember, no one is above scrutiny, especially those in positions of power. Question everything, demand transparency, and hold your leaders accountable. Section 5. Fact-checking your feelings towards a more objective approach to politics. So how do we move towards a more balanced and objective approach to politics? It starts with recognizing that our feelings, while valid, shouldn't dictate our political judgments. Fact-check your feelings. If a politician's statement makes you angry or ecstatic, take a step back, verify the information. Look for evidence-based sources. Don't let your emotions be your only guide. Be wary of sensationalism. Both social media and news outlets often prioritize engagement over accuracy. Look for nuanced reporting that presents multiple perspectives. Avoid sources that rely on fear-mongering or emotional manipulation. Remember, critical thinking is key. Don't accept everything at face value. Question your own biases and be open to changing your mind based on evidence. Section 6. Education, the vaccine against blind loyalty. Education is the most powerful antidote to blind loyalty and political idolatry. A well-informed citizenry is less susceptible to manipulation and more capable of making sound judgments. Critical thinking skills should be taught from a young age. Encourage students to question information, analyze arguments, and form their own opinions based on evidence. Media literacy is crucial in today's digital landscape. Teach students how to identify bias, evaluate sources, and navigate the complexities of online information. Civic education should be a priority. A strong understanding of government, history, and current events is essential for informed political participation. By equipping future generations with these skills, we can foster a more discerning and engaged citizenry, less likely to fall prey to political idolatry. Section 7. Breaking the cycle. Open discussions and critical thinking. Breaking the cycle of blind loyalty requires a collective effort. We need to create spaces for open, respectful dialogue where different viewpoints are welcomed and examined. Engage in conversations with people who hold different political beliefs. Listen actively to understand their perspectives, even if you disagree. Be willing to challenge your own assumptions. Recognize that you might not have all the answers and that your perspective is just one of many. Encourage critical thinking in your own circles. Challenge misinformation and respectfully call out biases when you see them. By fostering a culture of open inquiry and critical thinking, we can move beyond the echo chambers and create a more informed and engaged public. Remember, democracy thrives on participation, but it relies on an informed and discerning citizenry to function effectively.